Okay, folks. Well, Jimmy Barnes is on his way to recovery from recent surgery, despite all the hope and assurances given that he would be well enough to appear at the Denny Ute muster this Saturday night. But it's now clear that it's not going to be the case, and the doctors have ordered him complete bed rest. Mind you, I wouldn't mind a bit of that myself sometimes. But we all do wish him a speedy recovery. Now, you know, Jimmy stood in for Judith Durham last year for the Seekers at the Gympie muster. Now, Australia's leading lady of country music, not that long out of hospital herself, will step in for Jimmy. Thank you, Kasey, for stepping in. Look, I know you're about to pack your bags for cruising country, which departs this Sunday, so I guess you might have to start pack now.
Yeah, I have to pack a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to, but I'm so happy to be stepping in for Jimmy. They're pretty mighty shoes to fill. But I've been lucky enough to play the Denny Ute muster, you know, quite a few times over the years, and we always have such a good time. And, you know, when Jimmy Barnes rings up and asks you to do him a favour, you don't even ask what it is, you just say yes.
Well, that's true. And, you know, a lot of people sort of question, they've gone, wow, what a difference from Jimmy Barnes into Kasey Chambers. But when you're a music lover, and they proved that at Gympie last year when Jimmy stood in for the Seekers, it didn't matter. If you love your music, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, look, and that's one of the good things about the Denny muster, I reckon, is that it's such a diverse, you know, the variety that they have now. I mean, it sort of started out as predominantly a country music festival, I guess, and over the years it's just changed quite a bit, and there's a little bit of everything, but the audience that have come along, you know, ready to hear whatever and ready to just have a good time no matter what it is, you know. I think they're just music lovers at the end of the day, and I love playing that, you know, and I'm sure everyone out there is sending good vibes to Jimmy and totally understand when a doctor says that you've got to, that you need rest, you need to take good care of yourself. So we'll send him out the get well vibes.
We sure will. Now, we were talking about Gympie Muster just before, and because this year you launched Bittersweet, the album. It's your 10th studio album, the first one for a little while. Now, the question that we've sort of asked for our long-term fans, we've watched the journey from Kasey the daughter to Kasey Chambers herself, Kasey the wife, the mum. What journey does Bittersweet take Kasey through and take the fans through?
Oh, look, it's a bit of all of those things, to be honest. It's been 4 years since I've made a solo record. So I've kind of had a lot in my life happen in that time, you know. I've had the birth of my third child, my first daughter, and a marriage breakdown in there, and then everything sort of in between. So the song's sort of taking a little bit of everything, which is sort of ups and downs and all over the place, and which is often what sort of inspires me to write. So, yeah. It's quite a journey.
And I'll tell you, the writing just seems to, as we've spoken to you before, one day you can write 10 songs in a day, but then again it could take another 12 months before you can get half a song out.
Exactly. You never quite know. And I think you just got to roll with it while it's working and, you know, not labour over it too much when it's not, you know, just get on with life and it'll happen when it's ready, I reckon.
Well, that's true. Now, the album Bittersweet debuted number 2 on the ARIA albums chart. That must be pretty exciting to just go straight up there in the one go. But
oh, yeah, we were stoked about that, only behind Jimmy Barnes himself. So if there's anyone that you want to lose to, it's Jimmy Barnes, I reckon.
Now we'll just knock him off that pedestal and get back down there just for a little bit. Now, the duet you've got going at the moment, Bittersweet, which is the title of the album, tell us how that came about and the singing there with Bernard Fanning.
Yeah, I've had the chance to work with him a little bit on and off over the years, and he's always just been so lovely, and I've loved working with him. I like his approach to music, and I like the way he writes and sings and plays and all of that. So, so he came in and played all the acoustic guitars, all of the harmonicas and keys and everything all over the record, which was awesome. Just such a talented musician. He's really cluey in the studio as well. But more than anything, he's also just a really lovely guy to hang out with for a week. You know, we just had so much fun. He's just one of those real people who has a real approach to making music, and I love that.
And of course, when you talk about real people, that's something that we thank Kasey Chambers for, because when you become, and you know, obviously and whether you like to say it or not, but you are a star in the country music industry. And a lot of stars, whether it be on the music industry or on the big screens and things like that, they seem to hide their life, where, Kasey, you have shared your life quite openly with your friends, your family, and also all your fans. Is it something that you set out to do, or that's just, I'm Kasey and that's what I'm going to do?
It's sort of the only way I really know how to do things, I guess. But sometimes I do sit back and go, maybe I do reveal a little bit too much of myself, just in general. But I don't know. It's just the way that I am, and I don't think I could really change it if I tried. And I figure, well, it's part of what I love about music is that I can put my real self into it, and then other people can relate to that in some way or another. And I guess I don't want to change that about myself. Yeah.
No, I think the big thing came with me was when you brought out Beautiful Mess. And to me, the story behind that and how open you were with that just sealed it for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wrote that song for my kids, and, I put my absolute heart and soul into it and couldn't wait to play it to them for the first time. And I sat down and I played it to them, and within the, first half of the first verse, Arlo, my second son, had his hands over his ears going, "Mummy, stop that, I hate that song." And, just because I put my heart and soul in it doesn't mean it's going to connect all the time.
And when you
can't argue with those kids.
Well, that's right. They're out of the mouths of babes, isn't it?
Exactly.
But when you sort of say, like, when you're talking like that, it's like a whole album. Now, we've been playing Wheelbarrow here on Sunshine FM. We've been also giving the new one, obviously, Bittersweet, a go. And every song doesn't suit everybody. So I suggest everybody get out there and grab the whole album, because one of the songs that really points out to me in this one is House on a Hill. I love that song. But my pick of the album has got to be Heaven or Hell.
Oh, nice. You know what? It is funny, and I love that about music, that different people sort of gravitate towards different songs and get different things out of it, and it can mean something completely different to somebody than it does to somebody else, or even to me, the writer, and I love that about music. I love that everyone has an opinion about it, and they're allowed to have an opinion. And, I know not everyone's going to like my music or my voice, or, some people even tell me. So I'm more than happy with that. That's okay.
Well, I can tell you Bittersweet's going really, really well at the moment. Thanks with Bernard Fanning there as well. And as you said, it can change. I can listen to it today and have this meaning. Something can change in my life over the next couple of days, and I listen to it at the end of the week, and it can mean something different again.
Yeah, I like that about it too.
Well, for all our folks out there, Kasey, you are heading out to Denny on Saturday night, jumping on the boat on Sunday for cruising country, getting back over here. Then through November, you're kicking off your Bittersweet tour, which will take you through Wollongong, Newcastle. Everyone out there listening, Brisbane, Thursday the 27th of November. Make sure you get down for that one there. Then you're back off to Sydney, Adelaide, then in December. Then we've got Christmas and then Tamworth. So you've got a busy time ahead.
Yeah, I do. I mean, in a good way. I love getting out there and playing, and we'll be doing a few songs from the new album and all that. But we'll also go back and play mostly old songs, which I love doing, and just out there sort of having fun and sharing the music with the people.
That's right. Well, anyone out there, if you want to find out what Kasey's up to, you can always hop onto her website, kaseychambers.com. Kasey, thank you very much for your time today, and I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself Saturday and out there on the cruise. Like, what a life, really. Come on.
I can't complain.
No, you can't. Here's Kasey Chambers right now with a duet with Bernard Fanning and Bittersweet. Thanks, Kasey.